Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional women. It's the current time of 8:43 a.m. on Eastern Time, and also happy Friday to you guys as well. Ethereum trade $3,260, up about close to 1% so far. With respect to the crypto market, we are relatively kind of a mixed bag, beside Ethereum, which is one of the green ones at the moment. And on the equity side, we have experienced two consecutive of sell-off ever since the Fed's minute that came out on potential aggression on the interest hikes going forward, increasing from 25 basis point to 50 basis point in the near future. Obviously driving, fear-mongering among investors on the potential outlook, that recession might be happening, inflationary pressure might be increasing, which subsequently drive, the negative market sentiment, if you may, right? In respect to Ethereum as of this morning, right now we are in between levels, right? The 3158 and the 3350. And what we're trying to need to do right now, knowing the fact that we have bounced from the 50 out of 70 on the RSI scale, and we have crossed down for quite some time, with respect to the death cross that we formed on the 5th of April, so technically 3 days ago. And as that happens, what we need to do to stay within a bullish momentum is for us to form a cup and handle. So ideally coming up all the way, back up to the 3550, right? And then have a slight dip, right? So that will be the cup, right? And then as we form the handle, coming back down to 3325, and then have a scoop up, that will subsequently translate into a bullish momentum in a technical front. And I think that's possible. However, if it's a negative side of the spectrum, we will go up, but we'll kind of struggle around the 3400, right? Because if you get there and you kind of linger around, you will form something called a head and shoulder pattern. So you have a head, a shoulder, and then a secondary shoulder, which seems like it could potentially form, and then sell down, and that means that will be a negative sentiment among the market. And when you see a head and shoulder pattern, you always typically go back down, right? So if you get there and you linger and you struggle around 3400, and then you're going to come back down to 3150, obviously it's a consolidated level, but a higher propensity to actually go down further to 2853 all over again. So something to think about, right? With respect to Bitcoin, we are struggling as well, but with the 47 out of 70, we've crossed down for quite some time now. So what we need to do, Bitcoin is still kind of bearish at the moment. We need to look for some sort of a scoop up on the MACD front, and also at the same time, RSI is kind of dipping down. So the momentum has broken below 50. So that's not really good, right? And right now we're below the next resistance level of 44. So ideally coming back down to somewhere around 41 or even 40,000 would be very logical. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are trading on opposite type of momentum at the moment. Ethereum Classic right now, you can see that we have gained the loss that we had from the sell-off, and now we're kind of depleting back down, and I think the momentum is still negative. So coming back down to the 34 all the way to 27 will be very logical. So I'll hold off on DCing at the moment right now. Dogecoin, very weird, right? You can see that big pump, big dump, pump and dump, right? With respect to a recent Twitter post. So definitely, are alarming, and makes sense. If you saw the technicals on the previous days, once we hit 75, hitting all the way to 18 cents at one point, that was a logical sell for you, right? And right now we're about to form a death cross right now. The momentum is still bearish, so across the spectrum, not looking so good. Cardano is at about 2%, 102, all the way down would be the next level of resistance that we might bounce from. But would I be buying now? Momentum is negative. Momentum is negative on both sides, on our side and MACD. And at the same time, right now, this seems like it's just we got up, but there's a lack of momentum for us to sustain upward again. So we have a high propensity to go back down when they're both negative. So I think coming back down to at least 85 to 75 would be where I would be DCing it. Solana is up down about 1%. Yeah, Solana is looking really weird, with a lot of volatility. You can see, big peak as we hit 145 for obvious reasons. Right now we're struggling around 112, but we formed a death cross recently, and at the same time 53 out of 70. So ideally coming back down would be very logical at the couple levels, right? 100, 92, but I would personally prefer anywhere from 85 to below from here. And then XRP is down about 1.7%. I like anywhere from basically 69 to 57 from here. 62 to 57 would be where I would be DCAing at, but overall the market is very bearish in terms of the current setup right now. Polkadot's down about 2%. Bearish on both sides. Selling down would be very logical. I like anywhere from basically 16 to 14 from here. ALGORAND's down about 0.63% so far. Right now it's very bearish, but it's not going to be a big depletion. But I like anywhere as we start to touch 75 cents all the way to 67 cents would be very logical. So that's why we'll be buying it. But you could see that we are reversing down twice. Rebounds, but coming back down at the 40 out of 70. So Algorand's a good buy right now, I would say, ideally. Shiba Inu broke through. Same thing, bearish momentum overall. I like anywhere from, again, right, 2100, 1400, 900 from here. I think we will be selling off because of the negative momentum that we're seeing across the technicals in front of us. MacTac, again, 142 to 120, and I think it's very logical for us to get there because of the bearish momentum as well. AVAX down about 1%. I like anywhere from basically 59 to 50 from here, right? We are at the 50 out of 70, bearish across the spectrum. Luna broke 100. That makes sense, right? Because of the fact that we need to. We form a death cross. We're sliding off the cliff right now at 49 out of 70. So Luna, we crack below, right? So the next resistance will be 89. But I would not touch this personally until we hit 62, 52 to 45 from here. Okay? So across the market, seems like only Ethereum is relatively bullish. But on the other side of the house, like the altcoin and across the market is relatively bearish. So interesting differentiation that we see among the market. So hopefully this is helpful in terms of understanding the risk profile. And let me know if you have questions. Take care.